Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. Apologies for my soft talking in this video, but I am recording this at night time, so my little boy is in bed just next door. So I just wanted to make sure that I'm not going to disturb him. I'm just going to quickly turn that music down just ever so slightly. Okay, so I've been debating a little bit about whether I should share this video or not, whether to make this video or not I should say, but I've decided to, and people have requested it, so yeah. So here is my Morrigan altar. To excuse like this area, because this is like quite a small living room, like little room. And you can see me and my awful trends in the video, but never mind. So this is the space. And I'm just going to have a little talk through it. Yeah, ignore this heap of mess over here. So as you can see, I've got these 4 candles here. I haven't done that for any like synchronicity of 4 or anything like that. But just because I feel like they work quite well as a group of holders, and I wanted to get a good decent amount of light to this area, especially for when I'm doing sort of, you know, my spells and, you know, my meditations to goddess, etc. So yeah, let's come down a little bit more. So at the front here, I've got these cards, and these are the cards that I've shown before. I think they're portals, something like that, Dreamer's Portal, and they are the cards that I use for my works with Morrigan, and I have them down here because I don't want to use them for anything else, and I feel like they're the cards that I link most with her, so it made sense for me to have them on the actual altar, so I can do daily picks or weekly picks, whatever really I feel drawn to do. And then over here I've got this lovely piece of quartz and tourmaline, and the other side I've got this chevron amethyst point, which again I just feel that these add the relevant energy to this area. I've got this gorgeous sparkly, I don't know if that's picking it up as sparkly, but it is a little bit. It's not glittery, but it's studded. And then I've got a combination of quartz, moonstone, and then a smoky quartz right at the front there. So yeah, that's kind of that little bit there. I have this lovely, which is a little bit burnt unfortunately, but this lovely Morrigan incense stick holder, and I'm currently burning Vampire's Kiss, and I just feel like that is very relevant to the energy in here. And obviously you can see that I've got this cloth for focus. There we go. This is actually just a scarf, which I've put on top of this dresser. So actually it's not really anything special, it's just a dresser with the scarf on it. This piece of quartz here is what I refer to as my working one. Focus. It's my favourite piece. It's one of my, well, not my oldest, but it's one of my older pieces. And I just was drawn to it and I bought it, and yeah, it was perfect. So, oh, sorry, I'm trying to get the positioning right so I got both hands. So yeah, that stays on here, but I do take that off and on depending on what workings I'm doing, or, you know, if I'm stood here or if I'm sat somewhere meditating, that kind of thing. At the back here, you'll see this is a dedication candle. I made this myself, I didn't make the actual candle, but I did all the drip and the herbs, and I've blessed it, and I have, excuse me, and I have dressed it as well. And then that's sat in this gorgeous little dish, which was a charity shop find. And then in and amongst that, I've got offerings. So I'm not going to show too much of that part, just because it's personal. And then at the back here, if you can see, I've got this like wine glass that's got a butterfly preserved in it. And I feel like the transformation sort of energy around butterflies is quite prominent with the Morrigan, so I feel like it lends itself really well to the space. You'll also see I've got a spell jar there, which again I'm not going to go into because it's personal. And I've also got this here is just a piece of wood, which I was drawn to, so I brought home. Over here I've got a nice piece of muscovite, which again I've also had for quite a long time. I love it, I just think it feels perfect here. And another piece of one of my favourite, most oldest pieces. I've probably had this particular one maybe 15 years, this piece of amethyst. So I'll just sit that on the fairy's lap there because I just feel like it sits well. I've got this nice big chunk of a quartz geode. I've actually got the other two pieces downstairs. I purchased the whole rock and it was a surprise what was in there, so I was quite happy to find that it was full of quartz. And as you can see, it's super sparkly and beautiful, and it's split into 3 big pieces, so quite happy with that. Here I've got a couple of oils which I'll show you in a second, but just back here I've got my offering dish, which I need to replenish because actually the fig in there is starting to wilt now and go a bit funky, so I need to take that out. But that was an offering dish. So this is more like, this is an offering dish, but this is more like long-term things, whereas this particular one here is what I use for things that are perishable. So fruits, wines, sometimes the wines, usually I use a wine glass, which I'll show you in a minute, but that kind of thing. Milk, honey, all those sorts of things. Here I've got a really nice crystal glass which has been in the family for years, and I've just filled it with crow's feathers. I think they sit really nicely there, and it's pure, so I think it earns its energy well. Then I've got a couple of oils here which I'll show you. This particular one is Blade Over Shield by Jerry Morris at Starry Eyed Supplies. I use this as a protection oil. Yeah, there's not really much else to say about that. I've also got this lovely one also from Jerry Morris at Starry Eyed Supplies, and this is the Luck of the Blood oil, if you can see that. It's got pyrite pieces in it, it's absolutely beautiful. Get it to focus. Look at that, how beautiful is that? I love that. So yeah, that goes over here. I've just kept these on here because I have been using them recently. So yeah. In here, this is actually just reusing an old bottle. So this particular one has got in it an incense blend that I've made. If you can see, hopefully you can see in there. Yeah, it's just a few different ingredients and it smells divine. Yeah, no. Okay. See, one day I will learn the art of editing, but for now, unfortunately, you get all my shit in between. So yeah, that just stays there. And then I guess what is maybe the main feature of the altar space is this table. So this is the stem of the table, so the fairy and then the tree trunk that goes up onto this section here. Now unfortunately you're going to catch a glimpse of me. Hello. But yes, this is the upper area. I just love having this upper area on the altar. I think it adds a bit of dimension, a bit of shape, and something a bit different. Excuse me. So yeah, let me just talk you through the top section here. So I have laid down so this obviously as I'm going I've blessed the area, I've consecrated it, etc. And then I have laid down a foundation of salt and herbs along the top there, just because that's what felt right. And then you'll probably notice a bit of a rock sort of theme going on up here. Now for some reason I've always felt very drawn to rocks, and certainly with the Morrigan as well, I felt drawn to rocks, so I felt like they had to be part of her space. So yeah, I've got these, they're actually candles, but I've never burnt them and I've had them for about 5-10 years. I've then got actual rocks. That one was from a beach, and that one was, I can't even remember where it's, that's how long I've had it. Then I've got these gorgeous sear stones. So if you can see that, I've got a smoky quartz, a clear quartz, an amethyst, and a rose quartz. Yeah, and these are your sear stones. See how they're sort of flat? They're gorgeous. They just sort of live there really. And then on the second layer I've just got some other assorted crystals, but the main focal point being these gorgeous obsidian points, or arrowheads, sorry. So I've got 3 of those, 1, 2 and 3. And then I've got a layer of balance. So I've got the obsidians again, and then some of the rhodonite and rhodochrosite. Just because that felt right. So I've very much gone with guidance and how I felt towards this. Again, I've got a bit of amethyst on here and at the end here. And then I have got some, this is an agate, which to me looks like a portal, which is why it felt like right to put it on here. And again, just a lovely quartz point. And this is a really gorgeous one because you can't really see it on the camera, but it has got rainbows in it. At the back there I've got, oh, this one also is a cherry quartz, I believe, which I was a bit disappointed with, but I feel like it sort of adds that fire element to the area, and I feel that fire, birth, blood is all very relevant in this, on this particular Morrigan altar. So yeah, I'm quite happy with having that on here. And then I've got my crow, which is looking out, giving guidance, seeing all. I've got a glass of red wine, which is an offering. And I've got my cauldron, which I mainly use to burn charcoal blocks and incense, that kind of thing. And at the very back, so sorry that you can see my awfulness, I've got this lovely mirror, and I feel like it's a reflection into the other world and a looking into oneself. And you'll see here is my wand, and that's got moonstone on there and quartz. And then the very last piece, which is a massive beautiful piece, is this artwork here by Laura Dallaghan. Absolutely stunning. This piece spoke to me for years, and my nan, bless her, purchased me it for Christmas. So yeah, that's this area. It's very intuitively done. I've gone with what feels right. I haven't followed any rules. I hate rules, and I really don't think that they're relevant when it comes to your spiritual practice anyway. And yeah, I hope you like the area. Leave me comments if you want to see any of my other spiritual areas, which I do have. Then please let me know. Blessed be.